Hello YouTube, it's Emma10 here with a help and advice video on building decks. And well, I've done something similar to this before, but that was with Blue Eyes. But I thought I would try something completely new on how to build a very fun-based deck on an old, and I'm going to base it on something I had a very long time ago. And I'm going to go through step by step why I've chosen those cards, you know, and explain the choices and you know, what deck techs and everything, and I hope you guys find this useful and I hope you guys really enjoy. So here we go. Now I know I've got the Blue Eyes shining up there, but that's because I had my Blue Eyes deck there. I've just cleared it. So anyway, the deck archetype I'm going to do is the Dark Magician. Now, if you guys remember from quite a lot of my storytelling that I do on my channel, my very first deck was Dark Magician before it became Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I thought it'd be cool to build the Dark Magician. So you can see there's quite a lot of Dark Magician cards here already, just from typing in the basic words. So I'm going to do a fun build. It's not the main fun build, is just to keep Dark Magician and maybe Dark Magician Girl out as much as possible. So I'm going to start off with 3 Dark Magician, and then I'm going to definitely put in 3 Dark Magician Girl. Now I don't know what art, I will admit that artwork and that artwork are my favourites out of the Dark Magician Girls, and the original Dark Magician of course trumps everything, so I think I'll go for this one, because even though I really like that one, no, I'll go for this one just to be like that. There's also down here Skill Dark Magician, which activates every time spell cards are activated. Summons Dark Magician from the hand, deck, or graveyard when it gets 3 counters. So I would say that's a very good card to help Dark Magician get out, whether it's in the hand, field, or graveyard. So I would probably consider just 2 of those, just to be on the safe side. And there's another Dark Magician Girl. There's Dark Magician Knight, but that's a no-me card. It can only be special summoned one way. I want to keep this fun, but consistent, if you see what I mean. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. And of course, if I was playing traditional or something, I would add in Dark Magician of Chaos as well. But sadly, I'm going to confirm to the 2013 ban list. So here we go. So far, I've got those lot for Dark Magician, so that's not too bad. And right, I'm just trying to think. Well, since I've got some of the basic monsters for the Dark Magician archetype there, I think the next thing I will do is look at staple cards, what I consider staple cards. So that's things like staple magic cards, Dark Hole for example, which doesn't come up for some reason. That's really weird. Unless I have to, oh, there we go, better than nothing. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. I think I'll go for the Japanese artwork because it is pretty cool. And Heavy Storm. These 3 spell cards are considered the Trinity, spell Trinity in the Yu-Gi-Oh game at the moment, just because they're used in pretty much nearly every single deck, regardless if it's fun or meta. What else? I think I'll go Mystical Space Typhoon as well. Dueling Network is really a great place for building deck ideas and everything, and doing research, just because you've got access to all the cards. So I would personally run 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, just because it allows you to obviously max out your options in destroying back row if needed. So I would say those are the staple magic cards anyway. For trap cards, what I consider staple is definitely this, 2 Mirror Force. I consider that a staple trap card for nearly any deck possible. And because it's also a Yugi card, classic combo with the Dark Magicians as well. What else would be? You could say Torrential Tribute as well. Could be a staple, but Dark Magician commands a lot of field presence, I feel. So I'd rather keep the field presence than, you know, knock it off or anything. What else? I'm trying to think of other staple cards. I can't think of anything at the moment, but those spell cards and those 2 trap cards there are definitely what I would consider like staple cards for nearly any deck to use. So anyway, I'm just going to try and type this dark magic, because I know there's a lot of cards out there that do have just dark magic in them, so I'm just going to have a quick look there. Ah, there's Sorcerer of Dark Magic. I could use this as a Nomi card for the Dark Magician and all that if I wanted to do fun, and since it's pretty much the same sort of it's the same sort of thing with this Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, so why not? So I'm going to definitely put one of him in there because this is a fun based deck and I'm going to base it on what I typically play. So Sorcerer Dark Magic can only be special summoned by tributing 2 level 6 or higher spellcasters. So I've got 3 Dark Magician, 3 Dark Magician Girl, you know, immediately there. That's my boyfriend over there if you hear me talking to him. During either player's turn when a trap card is activated, you can negate the activation and you can destroy it. So that's a good thing to get rid of trap cards, especially if you get this beat stick out. It's 32 attack, so it's pretty good. What else is there? There's Dark Magic Attack. This is basically a heavy storm for the Dark Magician, but you need to face a face-up Dark Magician. Now, since as my boyfriend was just saying, it's like Burst Stream of Destruction. It's great for fun decks and everything. So I would, and since Dark Magician is very vulnerable to back row, I would definitely probably consider just putting one in there. Right, so now I'm just going. There is Dark Magic Curtain there, but paying half my life points to special summon a Dark Magician from the deck, I don't think is really worth it since I've already got 2 skilled Dark Magician. So next I'm going to have a look at monsters, and I'm going to look at them as, and I'm going to go through the research engine here. This might take a while, so I'm really sorry. It's probably, there's quite a lot of pages there, but I'm just going to look through all these spellcasters and just pick what I would think is best. Well, there we go, there's another one. There's Breaker the Magical Warrior. I would probably put 2 of him in here because he is quite good at getting rid of back row as well. Now, if I was playing meta, I would consider Chaos Sorcerer, but I don't want to do that. What else is there? No, it's limited. It used to be semied. There's Dark Eradicator Warlock again. You could use it in this deck if you wanted to do burn variants, but I'm just going to try and keep it pure fun Dark Magician if possible. Aha! Here's a good card to use, Dark Paladin. A fusion of Dark Magician and Buster Blader. It's similar to Sorcerer of Dark Magic, but this one actually negates spell cards. So I'm definitely going to consider one of him. I think he's a pretty cool card. What else? And there's another Dark Paladin as well. So I would definitely have to search out Polymerization. Oh, go away, notifications, don't need you. Dark Sage, again, it's another Dark Magician card in a way, but it's far too hard to summon, so I wouldn't consider it, sadly. Unless you, of course, focus the deck around on him. Gonna have a quick look. Now, Effect Veiler is a very good card for stopping monster effects, and it's a spellcaster as well, so even though it's a meta card, I would consider using it for a fun deck. So I'm going to put 2 or 3 in there. I think I'll go 3, just maximum, because at the end, if I've got too many cards, then obviously I can narrow it down once I've added everything in that I feel is needed. So I've got a monster that can stop spell cards at the cost of discarding a card from your hand. I've got a monster that can stop trap cards, and now I've got something that stops effects. So you could say this deck is a little bit competitive in that way, but still going to have a fun basic strategy. So I'm just going to keep looking through, and we're going through all the prophecy cards now. It looks like Exodia, that would be fun to put in this deck. Just trying to see. Oh, the Fortune Ladies, I haven't seen them for a little while. They're a pretty cool deck archetype, I have to admit. Gravekeepers, I am not considering putting any Gravekeepers in this deck. I know there's some, Dark Magician 84's used some combos with Gravekeeper Spy in order to get easy tributes and easy synchros and XYZs, but I'm not considering that. I'm just going to keep it as pure Dark Magician as I possibly can. And I have to admit that food is making me really, really hungry. Yugioh the Ghost Destroyer. It's not too bad. Might consider that. It's got 18 attack as well, so I would say it's a pretty good little card there. So I would probably put in maybe one or two of those. I'm just going to have a look. Keep looking. I know there's some Lightsworn stuff as well that are spellcasters, but as I said, I'm going to try and keep it as close to. Aha! Here's one I've nearly forgotten about. Magician's Valkyria. Not exactly a Dark Magician card, but I consider it to be. She stops your spellcasters from being attacked while she's faced up on the field. And if you've got 2 or more of them out in the field, then it's pretty good. So I'm definitely going to put 3 of her in here. Definitely. Have a quick look around. Nope, nothing there. So you can see it's got a basic thing. It's like it's all based on the Dark Magician cards as much as possible, but it still has stuff to obviously play and do damage and stuff like that. Miracle Flipper. This is similar to like Magician's Valkyria, but it's a very vulnerable little card. I'd rather go Magician's Valkyria just because she's got slightly higher attack power as well. Nope, nothing there. Nearly through the monster list. Oh, number 7 Big Eye. Or number 11 Big Eye, I should say. I could add it if I wanted to, since Dark Magician is a level 7, but I'm not going to do that just because I said this is just a fun deck. I'll actually take out 1 Paladin, to be honest, because I don't think I'm going to be focusing the deck that much around it. Sage of Silence, Sage of Stillness, I remember those. Some more prophecy cards there. Nope. Skilled White Magician. Special summon a Buster Blader from the hand deck or graveyard. That would be an interesting counter just because, well, as a for Dark Paladin. You know what? I don't know. Maybe. It would be easier to summon that Buster Blader if I just decide to use Dark Paladin, wouldn't it? So I'll put 1 of him in there just because I'm going to have maybe just 1 Buster Blader in there. Summon a Monk. I could use Summon a Monk as well, just to help speed up the deck a little bit, since it is a spellcaster itself. And it requires a spell card to discard in order to special summon a level 4 lower monster from the deck. So if I had that out in the field and I needed Skilled or White or anything else out in the field, that could actually be very helpful. So I'm just going to put two of him in there. TG Hyper Librarian. It's level 5. It's a spellcaster. I would actually considering, since I do have a tuner, Effect Veiler, so I would just use 1 of those. Why not? I would consider some other synchros, but I'm not entirely too sure yet. I'm just having a look. Nearly at the end of the monster zone now. Oh, Time Wizard. That would be classic to put in, but Tsukuyomi. I would probably consider using this just because it is quite a good little card, especially for flipping down annoying monsters, maybe. But I think I'll leave it there. So I'm just going to keep adding all possible cards I can and then just narrow it down to 40 cards when I get a chance. no, I think that's it for the moment. Okay, that's not too bad. So I'm now going to look at spells that say spellcaster. So I'm just going to put that. So I'm just going to have a look. Because there's quite a few cards in there, and there's quite a lot here actually as well. Last Day of Witch, that's not good. Diffusion Wave Motion, that's actually quite a good card. I used to use that in my very, very old Blue Eyes deck. It allows a level 7 or higher monster to attack by paying 1,000 life points, which is pretty cool. Of course, in the anime, if anybody didn't realize it, Yugi actually cheated. Yugi actually cheated by playing this with Dark Magician Girl. I think it was in the anime or the manga. I can't remember. I think it was the manga. So I'm just going to pop that in there just to be cool.
I think it did. Otherwise, yeah.
You control face target once you tribute that target special summon and then destroy one monster. Well, I would definitely say that's a staple for any dark spellcaster deck, so I'm going to put 3 of those in there. And then there's One Shot Wand. Secret Village spell. I wouldn't consider using any field spells or anything. Just cause, well, the Secret Village of Spellcasters is very good, but it can be counterproductive if you can't use it, if you see what I mean. That's all the spell book cards, which I'm not considering using. Yummy. Wonder Wand. I would say this would be a staple for a lot of spellcaster decks now as well, just because it's got a good, it may only be 500 attack, but it allows you to get a bit of draw power, so I'll put 3 of those in. Now that's it for the spells, so now to look at traps and see what's available there. Enlightenment. Attack again. Gargaga Shield. Ah, Magician's Circle. I do recognise this, and I do recommend that for any cards. When a spellcaster type monster declares an attack, each player can special summon a spellcaster of 2,000 or less attack from the face up. So I can summon out Dark Magician Girl and the lower monsters, pretty much nearly all of them, if I decided to. So I would definitely put 3 of those in there just because it is very good. So that's pretty cool. Alright. Right now I've got just over 41 cards. I'm now going to start deciding on what not to use and all that. I think for starters I'm going to take out Dark Magic Attack because I've got Heavy Storm, 3 MSD, and I've also got 2 Breaker as well. So, and actually I still need to add Buster Blader and Polymerization. It would help if I could actually spell Buster Blade. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot there was 2 alternate artworks. I think I'll use the original because that's pretty cool. So I'll put him over here. Now, to be honest, even though Sorcerer of Dark Magic is pretty cool, I think just to keep this, just because I've already got quite a few high levels in the deck, I think I'll take Sorcerer out. And I think I'll actually take TG Hyper Librarian out as well, just to keep it, fun. Now I need to add Poly. Let's have a look. And I'll use the yugioh one again, of course. Right. What else to take out? And how to edit. So I've got a bit of draw power here with the Wonder Wand. I can equip to any of the spellcasters. If I'm really desperate, I could just summon out Effect Veiler, equip it with this, tribute, and get 2 cards, and hopefully that'll do me fine. But 41 cards is still too much, I feel. And you know what? I actually realised something. Diffusion is pretty good, but no. I actually forgot all about Pot of Duality. How silly of me. I consider that a pretty good staple. I would add Pot of Avarice, but I think I've got enough revival cards. I've got Monster Reborn, and I've got the Skilled Darks just in case. So where to fit in Pot of Duality? There's a good question. I'll put 2 in. Now I just need to... I would consider other Dark Magician cards like Sage's Stone and all that, but sadly it depends on if you've got certain cards in the field, and I want to keep it fun, basic, but consistent and as general as possible. That's the way I look at it. I think to be on the safe side I can take out 1 Magical Dimension, because you have to tribute a monster in order to use it, so but 2 I think is alright. And I could probably take out 1 Kyuko, just because I could probably take them both out actually, because I'm never really keen on... I've never really been keen on them. I'm just trying to see here. Oh, that's 39, so I need to add at least something else, and I think what I'll do is I'll add 1 more Spellcaster monster, but I'm not entirely sure what to add. You know what, let's just add another Breaker. Breaker the Magical Warrior, because he is pretty good. Because he is a very, very good card. There we go. So I've got 21 monsters, it's just slightly over, and then I've got a Draw Engineer with the Wonder Bond. I've got my staples, or what I consider my staples. I've got my Dark Hole, Monster Born, Heavy Storm, Pot of Duality, and my Mirror Forces, and then I've got Spellcaster cards that help summon. I've got Magical Dimension, the Magician's Circle, I've got Skilled Dark Magician to summon out the Dark Magician, and I've got Skilled White Magician just to help summon out Buster Blader if it's needed, and then I've got plenty of Spectral removal. I've got a little way to speed up the deck with Summoner Monk and discarding cards. I've got a fun strategy of trying to get into Dark Paladin, and of course I've got Dark Magician Girl, who gets boosts from Dark Magician being in the graveyard, Magician's Valkyria to protect the spellcasters from attacks if needed. And that's it for this video, guys. That is how I build a fun Dark Magician deck, my thoughts and processes and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if I'm actually going to... what the heck, I will. I'll keep this. Just because that's the way I roll. But I don't think there's anything else I can say about this video, but I hope you enjoyed my thoughts and processes there. I hope this helped you guys in how fun decks now work out for me anyway. And how building decks should go about. As I said, Dueling Network is a really good place for research and all that. It's really good for testing out deck ideas and everything. But till then, I think that's everything. Take care. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys later, okay? Bye!